I'm here with former #1 senior pro pickleball player in the world, Eva Welsher.
And I'm here to revolutionize your game through the 6-shot drill, which will teach you about deception and shot selection.
Let's go.
It's very important when you're at the kitchen line that you are the puppet master, or you are the pilot, the conductor, right? You want to control this kitchen line. And part of controlling this kitchen line is making sure, one, you don't have big swings, right? You want compact swings, and you want to show the same setup every time, okay? So when you get up here, if you get a forehand, let's just work on the forehand side first. If you work on the forehand, I want to start with this setup, okay? That should be my setup every time, okay? And when it's below the net, this is different when it's up here, but we're talking about shots that are going below the net, all right? So when a ball comes to me, I want to set up like this, okay? So now my eyes are down, okay? My chest is up, I'm loading my right leg, my paddle's below the net. What shot am I hitting? You don't know, okay? You don't know, because how I come out of this shot is the shot that I'm hitting, okay? What I'm setting up for shouldn't show you anything. So we really want to focus on getting this the same way every time. Now, obviously, they've hit the ball to my side, okay? It's different if they hit the ball here, okay? We're working with the one that's on the side. And from here, I should be able to hit 6 or 7 shots. We're going to work with 6 shots during this drill to show you that if you can turn, okay? One of the things that you have to make sure, though, is that you're not just doing this, okay? The ball's not coming and you're doing this. I want you guys to use your left side, turn, go across the table, dump, have that left hand kind of like your stabilizer, stay here, and then at this point, when you turn and load, you should be able to look up, and I call it reading the room. Read the court and say, what is happening over there? How do you make a shot selection if you don't look up? You actually have more time than you think, okay? So I want you to look up. The minute that you load, it's considered a pause, like a mini pause where you look. When you look, you are freezing your opponents because they're like, what is she gonna hit? What is she gonna hit? And that's when I look, and what do I look for? I look for paddles down. I look for weight distribution on the person in front of me. Are they leaning to the right? Then I'll go down the line. Are they leaning way forward? Then maybe I'll lob. It's very important that when you go down and you read the room, that you're looking at open property, you're looking at weight distribution, you're looking at paddle preparation. You're looking at the actual physical body of what is going on over there. And that tells you, it's a whole story that's going on every point, every shot. So if you don't use the information that your opponents are actually giving you through their physical stances and where they are on the court, you're missing the boat on playing efficient, smart pickleball.
That's all awesome advice, but how can I look up while I'm preparing to swing without moving my head all over the place, losing sight of the ball, and then still making clean contact? What's your technique for that?
Okay, so let me show you first, and then I'll actually demonstrate. So I'm here, okay? So the paddle has to be out. When the paddle's out, I always see my paddle. So that's number one. When the ball is coming, I'm tracking the ball, okay? And then it's down. It's still tracking. Now it's bouncing. When it's bouncing, I mean, I can see this. I haven't hit it yet, but I just look up briefly, and it's literally instantaneous decisions and information that I'm taking in right away. And then as it's coming down, then I come down and I hit the ball. I've chosen my spot immediately. So it's coming, I'm looking, and then when it bounces, my head goes down and I'm ready to hit the shot that I've selected in my head. It's not bouncing and hitting and I'm still up. I'm following it, I'm calculating, I'm taking in information, and then when it bounces, I can look down, watch myself hit the ball. My peripheral vision actually is still looking somewhat out, okay? but I'm not here. I'm here just in case, Matt, you decide to move. I can still make a last minute decision. It does take some practice of being able to be here and still have this kind of shadow of what's going on, so that if you make a sudden move to Ernie, I can go boom. So you can't just be down. You can't have head completely down when you hit the ball. You have to be chest up, kind of like in line, and then you have to be here out in front. If you're out in front, then you'll be able to make these mini last minute changes. But if you're back here, there's no way. You're stuck with what you've got. So that's the importance of hitting it out in front, so that everything is out here, and then if you see a movement, then you can make a last minute change. So we have the drill. We are going to work off of his forehand, okay? When you do this drill, you can work off the forehand, you can work off the backhand, you can work off the forehand here, and you can work off the backhand. Every spot on that kitchen line should have like 6 shots that you can hit. Okay, obviously if it's super, super low, then you're minimized. You cannot hit very many shots. You're gonna have to just dink it over. But this is for the shot that actually is going to bounce up a little bit, high enough that you're able to create all 6 of these shots. Okay, so let's just make sure that you're not saying like, you know, it's not coming way down here. It's actually coming up for you to do something. Okay, it's coming to at least, you know, your hip height. Okay, he's not going to hit anything. I'm going to show you though. So it's your forehand. Okay, so he gets ready for his forehand, and the first shot he can hit is going to be a roll or a slice down the line behind this person. Okay, now obviously I can put this here or I can put this here, but the whole point is that this person has moved, and so he doesn't want it to bounce here. He wants it to go past him. So you're going to slice or you're going to roll it down the line softly. Okay, good. The second shot would be a hard one at your net person or a flick into their face. So it's either going to be hard, right, or it would be a flick into my face. Ready? Okay? And that would then, if it were to land, you want it to land here. So if I were to get out of the way, that ball still needs to go into the court. The next one is if I'm here and my partner is there, he's going to come into the middle of the court between us if there's an opening. So I'm maybe leaning this way and he's going to catch me there. Very good. And that ball is going to land here. So it's going through the middle. That's your middle shot. The next shot would be, and you don't need to demonstrate this, but you have 2 dinks. You have the dink at the left foot, and then he has a wide one that would run the person off the court. And then the final one would be the lob. Okay, and that would be from that forehand corner up, and then it would land here. If you look at the whole court, you see that if he just holds his forehand, he can then look up and then decide where he's going. Are any of these hit super hard? No. If you make the right decision, you don't have to go all out 100%. My big saying is good, not great, okay? A good lob is all that's needed. If you know this person is leaning forward, there's no reason for a great lob. Nothing has to be perfect, okay? You're just trying to take advantage of the opportunities of open property and where people are leaning, okay? So we're gonna demonstrate the drill now. Okay, so the way we do this drill is you can just have a friend, okay, on the side like Matt, and he's just gonna drop me the ball, okay, and then I'm going to go through a series of these. You can do this with a ball machine, you can do this with a friend, you can do this with a coach. But the whole idea is that nobody's on that side of the court so that it's open for you to make these decisions. Okay, so each of those times I gave you the same setup, okay, the same setup, and then I hit it, all right? So that's what's most important, is that pause and then go. Okay, so I'm gonna do the pause just because I wanna make sure you get this. Ready? Pause, go. Pause, go. Pause, go. Pause, go. Pause, go, okay? And just from that, they shouldn't be able to like recognize where you're going until the last second. And that's what you want. You want them to be a little late, right? A little surprised. And when they're like that, they can't attack, okay? You don't want them to be waiting for your shots. You want them to be off balance. And that's my whole thing about pickleball, is that I'm always trying to get my opponent to be off balance, bending down, leaning, you know, like just a complete state of indecision. And if I can keep them in that kind of like confused state, I'm in control. And I always tell people, I'm not the biggest, I'm not the fastest, I don't have the best hands, but I do feel that I am the smartest person on the court when I was playing, because I could make these immediate decisions and see what's going on and then make adjustments. You can't be stuck with plan A, guys. You have to have plan B and plan C. And the only way you can have plan B and plan C is if you have more than one shot that you can hit.